So Malcolm ends up having a guide who is his, I don't know how many greats, maybe three great grandfather away. And his aunt, who he goes to stay with in Mississippi, is living in the home that grandfather and the plot of land that grandfather, great grandfather, established for their family. And so he visits, and his name is Cedric. The ancestor's name is Cedric. He visits Malcolm as a spiritual guide to help him along his journey and also to help him understand how the past, in particular the Reconstruction era, connects with the present and a lot of the things that Malcolm observes around him in the modern world in terms of race relations or unresolved racial issues that have roots in the past. And I think the reason I focused on it, that spiritual guide, is it relates to, I think, the close relationship that I had with my elders and my greats that were all always around me. And also my grandmother is a wonderful storyteller and is always telling us the stories about her upbringing and visiting her grandmother or her great grandmother on their farm where they used to live, before they became city folk. And and so and because of that, I think I've always felt this close connection to people that I've never met, but still played such a prominent role in my life through through hearing their stories. And one grandmother was called Old Blind Grandma, and she would talk about how they'd go see Old Blind Grandma and what they would do there. And so a piece of me feels like I have this connection with Old Blind Grandma, and she's looking out for me and can speak to me or guide me in certain ways. Malcolm grows up in Washington D.C., where he doesn't have those ancestral connections and ready access to those stories. And so that was something that was missing for him. And when he goes to Mississippi, that's sort of the first time that he's really able to connect with his roots. And so I wanted him to feel the love, embrace, and support that his ancestors have for him, even though he may not have known that they existed.
This author interview was produced through a partnership of the Grateful American Foundation and WETA. For more author interviews, please visit adlit.org.